Hey, what's up, yoga people? I'm John Jay, and I'm very excited for you to join me for this Vinyasa style heart opening class. And in this class, we really want to open up the heart, the hips, open up the space behind the heart, because our physical, that translates to how we're feeling emotional. The Yoga Sutras tell us that when we're out of balance, when we're out of love, we have a physical nature of our shoulders rolling in, our heart closed off, which is going to restrict our breath. And in order to reverse that, we want to open the heart. We want to change that energy, draw ourselves back into balance, back into love, where this area is nice and clear, where we can take deep breaths in, slow and steady breaths out. So thank you for joining me. Give yourself a nice big hug. Show yourself the love you deserve. And let's do some yoga. Welcome. Thank you for joining me here today. We're going to start this Vinyasa 2 practice in a comfortable seated position. So it's more comfortable. You can sit down on your shins, sitting bones to your heels. Or if you'd like, cross-legged down on your sitting bones. If you got a block at home, always nice to sit on a block, take some pressure off of your hips. So from that seated position, draw your hands to your knees. Let's go palms face down for more of a grounding effect. Close your eyes. And as a way to arrive fully into the present moment, become a sphere of awareness. So bring awareness to the different sounds around you. Become aware of the different sensations throughout your body. Notice things like the temperature of the room against your skin. Feel the points of contact with your body and the floor. Feel the sensation of your breath. Anytime you find yourself drifting a little into the past or into the future, remember that's part of this, so no judgments needed. Just simply come back to what it feels like throughout your body, come back to your breath, to arrive again and again into the present moment. Let's all together take a deep breath in, and an open mouth, audible exhale, sigh it out. Again, inhale, fill up your belly, fill up your chest. Sip in a little more air at the top of your inhale. Open mouth, audible exhale, release. We'll develop our Ujjayi breath with that same deep inhale through the nose. Again, fill up your belly, fill up your chest. Pause at the top of your inhale. And now this time with sealed lips, exhale back through your nose. With a slight restriction of your throat, create an audible ha sound. Deep breath in. Lips sealed, Ujjayi breath out. Invite a little movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, seated cow pose. Roll your shoulders back. Broaden through your chest. Really puff up through your heart center. And if it feels good for your neck, draw your gaze eye open through your throat. Here for this deep breath in. Exhale, seated cow pose. Round through your spine. Roll your shoulders in. Suck your belly button in. And find a slight tuck of your chin as you look to open up the space in between your shoulder blades at the back of your heart. Inhale, seated cow pose, roll your shoulders back, shine up through your heart center. Exhale, seated cat. Now continue in this first flow. At your pace, move with your breath. Inhales bring you back to that seated cow. And exhale to that seated cat. You might close your eyes as you move through this first flow. Feel how this movement is feeling throughout your body, how that movement coordinates with your breath, using this moving meditation to root ourselves further into the present moment. Feel free to add any movements here, anything that your body might be asking for, anything that feels good for you. Still just warming up. Let's find ourselves back into a neutral seated position. If you have that block, set it aside for a moment, and then make your way to a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Take a moment here, lengthen from your tailbone out to the top of your head. Keep a slight tuck of your chin, lengthen through the back of your neck, and then roll your abs in towards your belly button as we want to support the length of the spine with a strong core. Now step 1 foot back at a time. High plank kite push-up. Same idea, just with the knees lifted. Lengthen from your tailbone out to the top of your head. Tuck your tailbone. Roll your abs in toward your belly button. And as you press more actively through your finger pads, really press out the space in between your shoulder blades. Check in with your breath. Remember that anytime your breath becomes compromised, that's your sign to modify. You can do so here as needed by lowering to your knees. We'll be here for another 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lean slightly forward. Option to bring your knees down. Exhale, reverse push-up. Slowly lower your chest all the way to your mat. Once you're all the way down, draw your legs together. Press down to the tops of your feet. Exhale, breath here. Inhale, cobra. Lift your chest from the floor, little to no weight in your hands. Exhale, suck your belly button in. Use your core and your lower back strength to shine your heart up off the mat. Engage your glutes as you support your lower back. We're here for the inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, lower, release for a moment. And then we'll again unite our movement with our breath. Second set, inhale, cobra. Lift your chest, possibly hover your hands. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift, maybe an inch or 2 higher this time. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes. Inhale, push up, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips higher. Allow for some more organic movement here. You might close your eyes as you find what feels best in your body. You can bend one knee at a time as you warm up some more to the backs of your legs. You can sway your hips from side to side. Find a nice side body stretch. Yeah. And then as you're ready, actively settle into your downward facing dog. Press more actively through your hands. Feel the length through your spine. Find that inverted V shape. And then suck your belly button in as you want to support that length again with your strong core. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, melt your heels. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, slowly walk your feet up behind your wrists. Ragdoll near the top of your mat. Draw your feet out a little wider than your hips. Bring opposite pinky to opposite elbow crease. And then gently sway from side to side. Let the weight of your forearms help to fold you forward. Relax your neck muscles. Feel your head hang completely heavy. Open your mouth a couple of times. Release any tension from your jaw. Come back to center. Release your hands down. Inhale, slowly roll up. Your head comes up last. Exhale, draw your hands together at your heart center, standing in attention, Samastitihi. Now, our opportunity here to set our intention for our practice today. With your eyes closed, feel your breath, and then feel for your heartbeat. Let's make that commitment to an hour of self-love. What would it look like if you showered yourself with love and support rather than the opposite? Let go of any sort of judgment. Chances are there's a little too much of that already. So an hour of love and support. Blink your eyes open. Inhale to your arms high, mountain pose. Your feet can be together, or they can be closer to hip width distance apart. You want to go with where you feel more supported in your butt. Engage your glutes, lift out of your pelvic floor, so that as you press through your feet, you can feel length up through the top of your head and up through your fingertips. And with that length through your arms, melt your shoulders away from your ears, as we always want to find that balance between effort and ease. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, standing back bend. Slide your hips forward as you trace your knees back. Engage your glutes, engage your core. That's going to support your spine in this back bend. If you'd like more support, draw your hands to your lower back. Now as you roll your inner thighs inward and lift more out of your pelvic floor, you're going to find some more length through your lower back. So we're here for the inhale, fill up. Possibly deepen the back bend with the exhale. Inhale, rise to center, mountain pose. Exhale, melt your hands through heart center and forward fold. Hands to your mat. Bend your knees here as needed. Release tension from your lower back as you release your stomach closer to your thighs. Relax your neck muscles, feel your head hang completely heavy. See if you're kind of already looking for what's next. Let that go, no next. Here for the intone. Possibly fold deeper with your exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to your shins or to your mat. Draw your torso towards parallel with the floor. Lengthen from your tailbone out to the top of your head. Lengthen to the back of your neck. Roll your abs in toward your belly button. Engage your core. Always supporting the length through the spine with a strong core. Here for the inhale. Exhale, squat and curl. Hands to the mat. Bend your knees. Lift your heels. Squat your sitting bones above your lifted heels. And then with a slight tuck of your chin, create space in between your shoulder blades. A lot of heart opening in our practice today. We also want to remember to open the space behind the heart. Deep breath in. Follow your patient exhale all the way out. And now we'll again unite our movement with our breath. Heels down. Press through your feet. Inhale, arms high, mountain pose. Exhale, take it back, standing back bend, heart lifts, heart opens. Inhale, rise to center. Exhale, fold forward, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat and curl. We'll stay here through a round of breath, and then we're going to add on to that Sunny flow. Feet down. Inhale, arms high, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to the right. Start with your right hand at your right thigh. Slide your hips to the left. Engage your glutes. Lift out of your pelvic floor as you bend over to the right. You want to continue to lift out of the pelvic floor. So as we're looking to create space in the left side, it's not by collapsing or pinching into the right side. To help with that, engage your right arm. Draw it across your torso. That's going to bring more strength to the right side so that we can open more into the left side. Here for the inhale. Possibly deepen that side bend with your exhale. Inhale, rise to center, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Slide your hips to the right. You might have to press a little more through your right foot so that you're pressing evenly through both feet. Look to square your hips and your shoulders at the top of your mat. Lift more out of your pelvic floor. Bring in that opposite arm variation. Engage your left arm this time. Draw it across your torso. Strengthening through the left side as we create more space in the right side. Here for the inhale. Deepen your side bend with the exhale. Inhale, rise to center, mountain pose. Exhale, take it back, standing back bend, heart lifts, heart opens. Inhale, rise, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, squat and curl. Stay here through a round of your breath. Open the space behind your heart. Now let's flow one time. Do our new Sunday. Heels down. Inhale, rise with energy, with life. Fill it up through your fingertips. Exhale, side bend to the right. Engage your right arm. Draw it across your torso. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, take it over to the left. Left arm engaged. Engage through your left side. Open through the right. Inhale to center, mountain pose. Exhale, take it back, standing back bend, heart lifts, heart opens. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat and curl. Open to the bottoms of your feet as you stack your heels over the balls of your feet. Inhale, fill up to the back of your lungs. Follow your slow and steady exhale all the way out. Heels down, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sit back into an imaginary chair. Feel your pelvic floor lift. That's going to both elongate and tuck your tailbone. Arms can stay high, or to take some pressure out of your shoulders, you can draw your hands to your heart. Sit your tailbone deeper. Press more to the sides of your feet. Feel how that brings the activation more into your glutes and out of your quadriceps. Let's breathe deeper to help us sit deeper. Inhale, arms high if they're not. Exhale, airplane arms. Activate your triceps. Actively stretch your fingers back behind you. Roll your abs in towards your belly button. Sit your tailbone deeper. Hover your torso above your thighs. Now let's move with our breath. Inhale, chair, arms high. Exhale, airplane arms. Activate your triceps. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, airplane arms. From here, interlace your fingers behind you. Roll your shoulders back, broaden through your chest. As you draw your knuckles towards the floor behind you, continue to lift up out of your pelvic floor to keep your tailbone tucked. Inhale, press to the balls of your feet. Lift your heels. Here for the exhale, draw your knuckles down towards the floor. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, heels down, forward fold with the bind. Draw your knuckles overhead. Encourage a deeper fold, while also creating space through your chest and in your shoulders. Inhale, knuckles a little more overhead. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, and let's come down to our knees for this first high to low push-up, this first chaturanga. So with your inhale, lean slightly forward. Exhale, high to low push-up. Hold in your low push-up. Shoulders are in line with your elbows. Tuck your elbows in towards your rib cage. Inhale, upward facing dog. Roll your shoulders back, broaden through your chest. Here for the exhale, press to the tops of your feet. Hover your quads from the floor. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips high. Melt your heels. Slow down your breath. Here for another deep breath in. Another slow and steady breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Relay to downward facing dog. Exhale, tiger pose. Draw your knee to your nose. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Really press out the space in between your shoulder blades. See if that allows you to lift your knee a little higher. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot in between your hands. Bring your left knee down. Keep your left foot tucked. Inhale to rise, arms high, modified crescent. Exhale, bend more into your right knee. As you do, press more through your right foot, encourage that right hip back. At the same time, engage through your left glutes, draw your left hip forward as you want your hips in the same line. Lengthen up through your fingertips, slightly roll your pinky fingers in, melt your shoulders away from your ears, again looking for that balance between effort and ease. Inhale, fill up. And then exhale, sit your tailbone a little deeper, feeling that stretch, that opening through your left psoas muscle. Inhale, palms touch, gaze high. Exhale, crescent moon, trace your gaze back. Feel your heart open as your heart lifts. Stay engaged through your left glutes, through your core, as that's going to support your spine in this back bend. Here for the inhale, gaze high, gaze back. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Lift your back knee. Activate your triceps as you stretch your fingers back behind you. Press more actively through the top of your back left foot. Feel your long and strong line of energy from your back heel out through the top of your head. Keep a slight tuck of your chin, as that's going to include the back of your neck. Here for the inhale. Here for that exhale. Spin your back heel flat. Inhale, open, warrior two. Exhale, bend and unbend into your right knee a few times. If your knee is moving far past your ankle, step your right foot up closer to the top of your mat, widen your stance. And then actively settle into your warrior two with your right knee stacked over your right ankle. To help with that stack, slightly roll your right inner thigh upwards. Feel your pelvic floor lift. That's going to elongate and tuck your tailbone. Strong and active from middle finger to middle finger as we melt the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, maybe sit a little deeper. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your right leg. Lift your right arm high. Your gaze can follow, or maybe gaze to that back foot, whatever feels best for your neck. If you feel a little unsupported here, you can heel toe that back foot up a couple of inches. Lift out of the pelvic floor. Again, as we create space in one side, it's not by collapsing or pinching into the opposite side. To help with that, engage that back arm, draw it across your torso, bringing more strength into the left side as we create more space in the right side. Here for the inhale. Exhale, triangle. Arms parallel with the floor. Lump your hips back. Reach forward. Then tilt. Draw the back of your right hand inside of your right shin or your right thigh. Roll your left hip back as you stack your hips. We want to stay long and strong through both sides of the torso. So if you're collapsing it all into your right side, come up as needed. Long and strong through both sides of the torso. Send energy from the top of your head forward. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Bend back into your right knee. Lift your right arm high. Again, your gaze can be high or gaze to your back foot, whatever feels best for your neck. Continue to slightly roll your right inner thigh upwards. Let's keep that knee and ankle stacked. Again, lift more out of your pelvic floor, creating space through one side without collapsing in the back side. Let's find that back arm variation. Engage your left arm. Strengthening through your left side. Inhale, creating more and more space in the right side. Exhale, windmill your arms down. Step your right foot back. High to low push-up. Remember, you can always lower to your knees for these. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Open mouth, audible exhale, release some of that heat from within. Inhale, fill up. Lips sealed, slow and steady Ujjayi. Exhale, follow it all the way out. Left side. Inhale, lift your left leg high, three-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, tiger pose, draw your knee towards your nose. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Suck your belly button in. Feel the strength in your core. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot in between your hands. Bring your right knee down. Keep that right foot tucked. Inhale to rise, arms high. Modified crescent. Exhale, bend more into your left knee. Sit your tailbone deeper. Match that flexibility with your strength. Engage through your right glutes. Lift out of your pelvic floor. Roll your abs in towards your belly button. Strong through your core. Palms touch. Inhale, gaze high. Exhale, crescent moon. Trace your knees back. Feel your heart open as your heart lifts. Feel that stretch, that opening through your right psoas muscle. Feel your pelvic floor lift as we stay long through the lower back. Here for the inhale. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Lift your back knee. Press actively through the top of your back right foot. Feel the length, the strength from your back heel out through the top of your head. To help support the length through your spine, roll your abs in towards your belly button. Engage your abdominal lock. Inhale, open. Warrior two. Exhale, bend and bend into your left knee a few times. Again, widen your stance if your knee is moving far past your ankle. Then actively settle into your warrior two with your left knee stacked over your left knee. With your eyes closed or with a point of unmoving focus, really key into all the different sensations throughout your body. As you do so, no language, no labels needed here. Try not to create a story around those different sensations. Just take in that raw sensory data, stay in the moment. What does this feel like? Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your left leg, lift your left arm high. Gaze where it feels the best for your neck. Engage that front quadricep, feel lift away from your kneecap. Lift more and more out of your pelvic floor. Engage your right arm, draw across your torso. Strong through the right side. Inhale, create more space in the left side. Exhale, triangle. Up your hips back. Reach forward and then tilt. Draw the back of your left hand inside of your left shin or possibly left thigh. Staying where you can be long and strong through both sides of your torso. Roll your right hip back. Get a little more narrow. It's as if we were pinned in between two walls. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And back into your left knee. Lift your left arm high. Gaze wherever it feels best for your neck. Lift out of your pelvic floor. Feel that stretch through your intercostal muscles, the muscles along your rib cage. Engage your right arm, draw it across your torso. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, windmill your arms down. Step your left foot back. High to low push-up with the option to bring your knees down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Now let's put that all together. We'll once again unite each movement with our breath. Take a moment here, deep breath in. Open mouth, audible exhale. Sigh it out. Seal your lips. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Ujjayi, exhale, tiger pose. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge, bring your left knee down. Keep your left foot tucked. Inhale, crescent moon. Palms touch, gaze high, gaze back. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms, lift your back knee. Inhale, open warrior two. Stay here, possibly sit deeper with your exhale. Inhale, reverse your triangle with that back arm variation. Exhale, triangle, hips back, reach and tilt. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill your arms down, step your right foot back, high to low push-up, or remember, you can always skip these as needed. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha, right into the left side. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, tiger pose, knee to your nose. Inhale, leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge, bring your right knee down, but keep that right foot tucked. Inhale, crescent moon, heart lifts, heart opens. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms, lift your back knee. Inhale, open, warrior two. Exhale, sit deeper, feel the pose. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your left leg, left arm high, right arm engaged. Exhale, triangle, hips back, reach and tilt. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Again with that back arm variation. Exhale, middle your arms down, high to low push-up, or skip it. We'll meet again in downward facing dog. So let's stay in this downward facing dog for 3 slow rounds of breath. We're going to move to a third sun B. This third time, adding some options. We're going to build off that foundation you just created. So another deep breath in. And a slow breath out. Right side, inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, tiger pose, knee to your nose. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge, bring your left knee down. Again, that left foot is tucked. Inhale, crescent moon, heart lifts, heart opens. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Laid forward as we take this into airplane pose. Press actively to the corners of your right foot. Strengthen and straighten through your right leg with a micro bend in that knee, as that's going to keep you more active through your leg muscles. That's going to make it easier to balance. Lengthen from your left foot out through the top of your head. Roll your shoulders back, slide up dog through your chest. Inhale, fly high. Exhale, standing splits. Fold forward, hands to your mat. As you press more through your right foot, lift and lengthen through your left leg. Feel the stretch of the back side of your right leg. As that left leg lifts, continue to roll your left hip down so your hips stay in the same line. And then to deepen this stretch, fold deeper, torso towards your right thigh. Here for this inhale. Exhale, bend into your right knee, low lunge. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Spin your left heel down. Inhale to rise, warrior two. Exhale, maybe sit a little deeper. Inhale, reverse triangle, right leg straight, right arm high. Option for that back arm variation. Exhale, arms parallel with the floor. Pause here for a moment. Heel toe that back foot up by about 6 inches. Bump your hips back. Inhale, reach your upper body forward. Exhale, tilt. This time for balancing half moon. So lean forward. You have a block here if you want to use it. Lift your left leg. Strengthen and straighten through your right leg. Again with that micro bend in the knee to help your balance. Roll your left hip back, stack your hips. Get a little more narrow. Pretend you are pinned between those two walls once again. And then lengthen and strengthen from your back heel out through the top of your head. We're here for this inhale. With control, or not with control. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill your arms down. Take it back. High to low push-up, or skip it. We'll meet in downward facing dog. I'm going to skip this one. Now, same idea on the left side. Inhale, lift your left leg higher. Exhale, tiger pose, knee to your nose. Inhale, lift your left leg higher. Exhale, low lunge, bring your right knee down. Right foot is tucked. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift up out of your pelvic floor. Lift up through your heart. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. into airplane Dakasana. Lean forward. Press actively through the corners of your left foot. Strengthen and straighten through your standing leg. A micro bend in that knee to help with your balance. Lengthen from your right heel up to the top of your head. Roll your abs in towards your belly button, supporting that length with your strong core. Inhale, fly a little higher. Exhale, standing splits, hold forward. Press actively through your left foot. Right leg lifts. Roll your right hip down as that leg lifts. Stay square through your hips. Breathe into the back side of your left leg. Feel that calf, that left hamstring stretch. To deepen the stretch, fold deeper, torso towards your left thigh. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, low lunge, right foot to the back of your mat. Bend into your left knee. Spin your back heel flat. Inhale, open, warrior two. No rush. Stay here through the exhale. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Open through your left side. Exhale, arms parallel with the floor. Pause here. Tilt your back foot up a couple of inches. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, tilt. This time for half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Find your block. Press through your left foot as your right leg lifts. Roll your right hip back to stack your hips. Lengthen from your right heel out to the top of your head. Feel that length and that strength through both sides of your torso. Here for the inhale. With control, exhale, warrior two. Let's complete this side. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, lay your arms down. High to low push-up. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Open mouth, audible exhale, side out. Bring your knees down. Walk back to a seated position, maybe down on your shins. Or if you'd like, child's pose or embryo's pose. Also great resting options. Once you have that resting position of your choice, slow it all down as you slow your breath. But not looking to check out here. Let's continue to cultivate that present moment awareness. What does it feel like throughout your body as you observe those different sensations? Stay free of language, of labels. Don't create a story around what you're feeling. Let's not identify fully with any momentary stressors, with the heat, with an elevated heart rate. Just observe it. And then keep that space between what you're experiencing and being the experience, or being the experiencer, I should say. So just a slight difference, but with that present moment awareness, we're not just the passing thoughts and emotions. We want to remain that space behind it, that thing which doesn't change. Chance here to have a sip of water, wipe your sweat, slow down for another few rounds of breath, and then we're going to move up on our feet for one more standing series, some more effort. After that, we'll look to match that effort with ease, so kind of winding down after that point with some more restorative stretches. If you're ready, find your way back to downward facing dog. Let's reunite our energy with our breath. Deep breath in. Open mouth, audible exhale, side out. Again, inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale. Release. Seal your lips, come back to your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, walk or maybe float your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale to rise, arms high, palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Again, feel for your heartbeat with your eyes closed. Come back to your commitment of showering yourself with love, with support. No need for any sort of judgment here. You're doing great. Is open. Inhale, arms high, mountain pose. Exhale, chair pose with airplane arms. Press through your right foot. Inhale, lift your left knee high, one-legged Tadasana. We're here for the exhale. Suck your belly in, strengthen through your core. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, figure four. Draw your left ankle across your right thigh. Draw your hands to your heart. Roll your shoulders back. Draw your weight a little more into your right heel so that you're pressing evenly through the corners of your feet. And then as you bend more into your right knee, feel that outer left glute stretch. Flex your left foot back towards your left knee. So as we sit deeper, you're protecting your left knee and your left hip. We're here for the inhale. And then possibly sitting deeper with the exhale. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, left knee high. Exhale, dive forward. Let's revisit standing splits. See if there's a little more space available to you in a second time here. As you fold a little deeper, feel that stretch to the backside of your right leg. To challenge your balance, you can try one hand behind your right calf. Maybe both. Inhale, left leg lifts, left leg lengthens. Exhale, low lunge, bend into your right knee, left foot towards the back of your mat. Bring your left knee down. Inhale, arms high, modified crescent, palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart this time, revolved crescent, tilt your upper body forward, and then twist to your right with your left elbow or left tricep across your right thigh. Draw your heart up to your thumbs, roll your shoulders back, broaden through your chest. If you'd like a more active revolved crescent, or if it just feels better for your back knee, you can lift that back knee. Either way, lengthen more from your tailbone out to the top of your head. Then roll your shoulders back as you twist more from your core. Here for the inhale. Possibly twist deeper with the exhale. One more inhale here. Exhale, release. Back knee comes down. Release your hands inside of your right foot. Low lunge to runner's lunge. Heel toe your right foot up towards the top right corner of your mat until your ankle is out from underneath your knee. With that left knee down, stretch your left toes back behind you and then draw your left hip forward and down. We're looking to create a left psoas muscle stretch and opener. At the same time, you want to draw your right hip back so your hips are mostly in the same line. Now you'll be feeling this through that left psoas and also along the inside of your right thigh. If you'd like to deepen that stretch, you have your block. You can lower to your forearms. Where I know it's available for some of you, you can lower your forearms all the way to the floor. I'm going to stick with the block today. Now as you lower, you want to prioritize your alignment over your depth. So stay where your hips can be in the same line. As you continue to stretch your left foot back behind you, draw that left hip forward and down, and that right hip draws back. Now you might just close your eyes here. Key into those different sensations, those different stretches throughout your body. Again, leaving out labels like tight or open. Just what do you feel? If you're ready, walk your hands back, stack your shoulders over your wrists, tuck your back foot, lift your back knee, And then in one or multiple steps, step your left foot up in line with your right, frog pose near the top of your mat. Bring your elbows or triceps inside of your thighs. Draw your sternum up to your thumbs, roll your shoulders back. We want to be tall through the spine, and then as you roll your shoulders back, we want to broaden through your chest. So there's somewhat of a circular energy here. As your pelvic floor lifts, as you grow tall through your spine, you also want to roll your shoulders back as you sit your tailbone a little deeper. And then we could combine that more subtle movement with our breath. So inhale, feel your pelvic floor lift, long to the top of your head. Exhale, roll your shoulders back, sit your tailbone a little deeper. Stay here as we do that for 2 more rounds of breath. Real subtle movement. Hands come down. Inhale, hips high. Exhale, heel toe your feet touch. Inhale to rise, arms high, palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Just feel for your heartbeat. Feel your chest rise and fall. Let everything else go. Maybe for the first time in your practice. If that's the case, that's perfect. This is the only moment that has any chance of being real. Okay. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, lift your arms high, mountain pose. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Sit back, activate your triceps. Press more through your left foot. Inhale, lift your right knee high, one-legged Tadasana. Find a point of unmoving focus. We're here for the inhale. Exhale, figure 4. Right ankle across your left thigh. Draw your hands to your heart. As you roll your shoulders back, bend more into your left knee. Feel that outer right glute stretch. We're stretching the piriformis. Again, as we sit deeper, we want to flex that foot back towards the knee. As with that flexed foot, you're protecting your right knee and your right hip. Here for the inhale. Sit deeper with your exhale. Let's flow with control. Inhale, lift your right knee high, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, dive forward, standing splits. Hands frame your left foot. Press through your left foot. Lengthen through your right leg. Right leg lifts. Possibly there's a little more space available to you the second time here. Breathe into the back side of your left leg to challenge your balance. Left hand behind your left calf. And then maybe your right hand too. One more inhale here. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Bring your right knee down. Inhale, arms high, modified crescent. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart, revolved crescent. Tilt your upper body forward first. Keep the length through your spine. And then twist right elbow or tricep across your left thigh. Heart up to your thumbs. Broaden through your chest. You can stay here, or for that more active revolved crescent, or if it just feels better for your back knee, tuck your back foot, lift your back knee. Wherever you are, breathe more length through your spine, and at the same time, encourage your shoulder blades together and down your back. Last inhale here. Exhale, release. Right knee comes down. Low lunge to runner's lunge. Heel toe your left foot up towards the top left corner of your mat. One of the few poses where we're not looking for stacked joints. So see that your ankle is out from underneath your knee. And then as you stretch your right toes back behind you, Find that encouragement of your right hip forward and down. At the same time, draw your left hip back. Feel that stretch along the inside of your left thigh. Feel that opening through your right psoas muscle. To deepen the stretch, you can lower towards the floor, maybe forearms to a block. It's nice with the blocks, you got different levels, so maybe this is where you're at. And then a few weeks later, maybe it's here. Or for me, maybe a few years later, maybe we get down to here. Or maybe we're staying here. You might close your eyes. What would it feel like? Free of language, free of labels. Just be that cloud of raw sensory data. If you're ready to come out, inhale, walk your hands back, set your block aside. Exhale, tuck your back foot, lift your back knee. This time, step your left foot in line with your right. High plank, high push-up. Now you can add what will be our last high to low push-up together today, or you can skip it. Meeting again in downward facing dog. Enjoy the length through your spine, maybe a little more length than when we started. And then see if your heels can melt a little further towards the floor as you enjoy the openness through the backs of your legs. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release to your knees. Walk your hands back, come to seated on your shins. And then take a moment here. Very simply, just follow the inhale all the way in. Your exhale all the way out. Do that 2 more times. Resting in pure awareness. Our reward or our result for this mindful breathing and mindful movement that we've been doing. Now for probably the deepest backbend of our practice, deepest heart opener, we're going to find camel pose. So knees are hip width distance apart. If you'd like more support in this deep back bend, you can tuck your toes. Otherwise, you can press down to the tops of your feet. I'll go with toes tucked today. Hands to your lower back to start. Inhale, gaze high. Exhale, walk your gaze back. Your hips stay forward. Stay engaged through your glutes and your core. That's going to support your spine in this back bend. And then as you roll your inner thighs inward and lift more out of your pelvic floor, you're going to discover some more length through your lower back. Inhale, slowly rise. For a gentle counter stretch, exhale, release to embryo pose. Forehead in front of your knees, relax your arms at your sides. Round the spine in the opposite direction of the camel, and slow down your breath. This time, opening up the space behind the heart. Rise up to seated if you're ready. Rock your weight to one side. Curl your legs around the opposite side. Find a seated forward fold. For this, imagine that your pelvic area was a bowl. You want to spill that bowl all the way forward. So tilt that pelvic bowl forward. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, tilt your pelvic bowl forward. Spill your upper body over your thighs. Hands to your mat. Right hands around your feet, if it's available, without straining your lower back. No reason to put any strain in your lower back. Bend your knees. As you remember, it's going to be stomach to your thighs first, and then maybe one day forehead to your shins. Lengthen through your spine with your inhales. Melt your shoulders away from your ears. Relax your face with your exhales. Rise up to seated if you're ready, or remain seated for a seated twist. Start by drawing your right foot over your left quad. You can stay right here, or if it's available with your right sitting bone staying down, you can bend your left knee to draw your left foot beside your right sitting bone. Bring your right arm behind you, hand right near the base of your spine for support. Inhale, lift your left arm high. Exhale, twist. Left elbow or left tricep across your right thigh. Press through your sitting bones, grow taller to the top of your head. And then roll your shoulders back as you twist more from your core. Deep belly breaths in. That's going to send your diaphragm down more to compress and massage your internal organs here more as you twist. And then slow and steady breaths out as we continue to slow things down. Without moving your head, gaze a little further back, gaze out your peripherals, finding a nice eyeball stretch here. Come back to center. Round your breath in the opposite direction, a nice counter stretch. Face forward, switch out your legs. You can do it the more traditional way, or you can add a little razzle-dazzle. And so we got the lights and the camera today. Show you the razzle-dazzle. Little 360, boom, boom, boom. And then legs in the opposite position. If you want to rewind that and give it another look, go for it. If you're ready to continue, left arm behind you, hand near the base of your spine for support. Inhale, lift your right arm high. Exhale, twist. Really press through your sitting bones. Grow tall through the top of your head. Roll your shoulders back. Melt your shoulder blades together and down your back. Deep belly breaths in. Possibly twist deeper with your breaths out. Let's not forget about the optical nerve stretch and strengthener. So without moving the head, gaze a little further back. See as much as you can see. Here for the inhale. And then exhale, find that counter twist. Around the breath of the opposite direction. Back to center. Extend both legs up in front of you. See that your block's within, grabbing distance as you prepare to lower to the floor. Inhale to stretch your fingertips slightly forward, engage your core. Then last bit of core work, exhale, slowly lower. Come all the way down on your mat. When you're all the way down, draw your legs into your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. And then we'll set up for bridge pose here with the option for supported bridge. So we got that block nice and available. I'm going to go supported. The idea is the same though. You want your feet hip-width distance apart. Heels within grazing distance of your middle fingers. Press through your feet. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, roll your inner thighs inward. That'll keep your toes straight, and that'll keep your knees stacked over your ankles. Engage your glutes to support your lower back. Option to add that block right at the top of your glutes, taking some pressure out of your lower back. Then it becomes more of a restorative pose as you let your chest and your hip open wide. Here for the inhale, if you have that block, remove it, hips a little higher. And then exhale, slowly lower, tailbone comes down last. Bring your feet a little wider. Broken bridge is our counter stretch. So with the feet wide, just let your knees fall in on one another. Roll your inner thighs together. Let your lower back lengthen and release. Draw your legs up to your chest. Give yourself another big hug, a big squeeze. Here we'll find happy baby pose. So draw the bottoms of your feet up towards the sky. Wrap your peace fingers around your big toes. Feel the length of your spine remain flat to the floor. Find that slight downward pull first. Our last tip opener together today. Then gently sway from side to side, happy baby style. Invite in that more playful energy. Create your lower back massage. Legs into your chest. Last bit of effort needed before Shavasana. Draw your forehead up towards your knees. Flex from your eyelids to your toes. Deep breath in. Exhale, release, Shavasana. So as you lie down on your mat, another form of self-love, Shavasana. Allow yourself this time where there's nothing you have to do. No one you have to please, not for now. Nothing after this in this moment, no next. Just now, just be. Enjoying the stillness created from your practice. If you're ready to come out of this space, start by deepening your breath. Brush your thumbs across your fingertips, wiggle your toes. Enjoy a good morning stretch, arms overhead. Enjoy the length from your fingers down through your toes. And then, with that theme of self-love, draw your legs into your chest, give yourself another big hug. Maybe a kiss to each kneecap. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you don't want to kiss those knees, nobody else isn't going to want to either. So give them a big smooch. Then release your left arm above you, roll to your left side. Right hand to the floor for support. Left arm, that extended arm, like a pillow. Gently guide yourself up to seated. And then a bow to one another, and thanks for the support that this group setting offers. I thank you for joining me today, for being my teacher. We also bow in thanks to the lineage of these practices we get to enjoy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.